This is the Warbonnet Blackbird XLC. I just got it last week. I'm very happy with it. I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am with this product. Warbonnet Blackbird XLC hammock, and I just actually purchased this last week and tried it out. I actually set it up right out of the box. I actually took it out of the box last night and set it up. It was very simple, but did a trial run with it last night and it was good, with the exception I didn't have a sleeping pad, which I should have, and I was a little bit cold, and in the middle of the night get up and put in a pad and I was fine. We're just going to show you a quick demo on how quick and easily this thing goes up. And both Chris and I have had an issue with trying to get into sleeping in a hammock, and it's not natural for some people, and I had an issue with it because I couldn't sleep in like the banana shape, I guess, is for lack of a better.
I just move around too much with my night terrors, and I just fall out.
Right. Yeah. Well,
every time.
Yeah. The beauty of this is the way it's designed is you don't sleep in the like boomerang shape or whatever you want to call it, but you sleep literally flat. So instead of like this, the way it's designed is you can actually stretch out, and I slept perfectly flat last night, which was very comfortable. So I'm pretty psyched about it. The folks at Warbonnet, they're a Colorado company, American made by American workers. They use American made material every chance they get, for the most part. I'm not 100% sure on exactly, so I don't want to talk about something I'm not 100% sure about, but from what I understand, they use American made material as well as American employees. So it's an American product, and a really great, well-made product, very high quality. So I'm just going to quickly set it up, give you a little bit of a rundown. That's the fly, and essentially, you all know how a hammock works, but they come with these two buckles, and this all comes together here with the fly, with the mosquito net, which is actually attached to the hammock itself, but it has this nice little elastic to keep everything nice and neat. And these buckles are the simplest thing to use. These buckles here, simplest thing to use. You just wrap this around a tree like that, and then we're going to show you how it actually works, but that's all you need right there.
Absolutely.
Remember how they go together? Yep. You can just give that a good girth hitch, if you will. And I don't know how, it depends on how high up you want your hammock, and I guess, you know, that's probably a little too high, Chris. Right about 4 feet is where I like it. There you go. Of course, the trees you're using are going to kind of dictate that. And once you get your hammock actually strung, yep, that goes on the fly afterward. It comes with these two metal rings for the center. That actually goes. They come with these nice tent stakes if you need them. We try to tie off to trees and stuff, but every once in a while you got to put a stake down. As you can see, one of the advantages to a hammock, as you can see, we can camp on any ground, any terrain. Doesn't matter. You couldn't pitch a tent here very comfortably, but we can hang the hammock as long as we have two trees, and we just adjust the fly accordingly. So, pretty straightforward. You'll know how to put in a tent stake. This is northern Maine, though. Well, now you can see we got the fly up, and as I said, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a fly. You've all set up flies, I'm sure, but again, this thing is made out of incredibly strong fabrics. Nice, good quality anchors right there. And once you come under this thing, you can see plenty of room. The size of this tarp is amazing. I can get all my gear under here and keep everything dry, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can see those cam locks, whatever they call them, buckle locks. Very simple. Nice girth hitch to a tree. Nice neat. Bug nets attached. And you have these, I call them outriggers, I don't know what they actually are, but they keep the top of the mesh, the netting, the bug net, mosquito net, whatever you call it, up and away from your head, and then it just very simply comes down and hooks, clips right into this on the tarp. So it gives you that big pod like effect. Warbonnet, made in Colorado. So now once you get your tarp all up, you can see that they could hold a square dance under this thing. It's so big. The zipper has two positions. Well, it's two ways. This is your feet, where your feet go, and then the long zipper is where you climb in. Again, the coolest thing about this whole setup is it's designed so I can lay it at an angle and not in line with the hammock. I'm actually off to this side. So, like I said, the bug net, because of these things, the outriggers, or that's what I'm going to call them, for the lack of a better word. The net's up off your face, out of the way, keeps it out of your face and gives you more space. Plus, it just opens up the hammock so you can climb in and fit right in. This material is incredibly it's just unbelievable quality of this thing. This thing is just, I'm really jazzed out with this thing. Can't tell you how much I love it. So we're going to go around the other side and slide a sleeping pad in, because I don't have the quilt. So I don't know if I mentioned, but this is a double layer bottom, meaning you can slide a sleeping pad in under your sleeping bag, which is essential to keep the insulation under your back. Or the optional quilt, which is probably my next step, is to get the quilt that actually hangs under this thing for the insulation. But for now, because it's still up here in northern Maine, it's still about 40 degrees, and I'm going to throw the pads in. So essentially, if all you have is a pad, you simply unzip, find your double layer right here. Stuff your pad right in. Just like that. And that system holds them right in place. Just like that. So now I've got two sleeping pads under my back, right here. And the way this is designed, this little pocket that they sew in because of the double layer holds the sleeping pad pretty slick. But as I said, I'm going to go ahead and get the quilt option. It's just I'm not going to have it obviously today. So the pads are fine. You can use the pads. I would like to have the rest of this setup. So anyway, now we're going to put the sleeping bag in. There we go. Zipper right up, and boom, all ready for a night in the hammock. And with that big tarp, you have all kinds of room for storing the gear underneath there, keeping things dry. All I have is my pack basket on this trip. But you can put all kinds of, just amazing amount of room under this thing. And that's it. That's the Warbonnet Blackbird XLC. Cannot say enough good about it. Made in America with American material. And can't wait to spend my second night in this thing.